It's Week 10 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll see Joe Mixon. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Bills on Monday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Chill in the air. Folks are bundled in the seats and on the field. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. A bit warmer up here in the booth. These cold weather games, Greg, always interesting to watch how it impacts the players down on the field.
Absolutely, and these nights are kind of tricky, Mike, right? It's how much do you want to spend preparing for it, thinking about it, and really letting it almost become like a mental factor leading into the game? But you also have to be prepared. What are you going to wear? How are you going to keep yourself not only warm, but then be able to go out there and perform and be functional, and you're not running around with a parka on. So it is a very delicate balance between being comfortable and being functional, and the teams that handle those conditions, especially in pregame, tend to have the advantage once the game's kicked off.
To return is Dallas Flowers. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Texans first down. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And he's in. Zach Charbonnet. Touchdown, Houston. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Finding room at midfield. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Yards.
Automatic first down.
Cooper going in motion. On first down, it's Allen.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Allen going to give this to Davis. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his big tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season. So the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run here with Mixon. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to Mixon. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Dwayne Carter in on the stop. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Stroud. "20-yard pickup there. First down for Houston. To throw, it's Stroud. Digs on the reception. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Second and 7. Now, Stroud. Taking off, and he will score. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's made a big impact in the passing game. As you look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. And this is too far over the edge. It's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. They'll look to pick up the pace. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On 2nd down, Stroud. This one caught at the 4. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now he slams it in there, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. So now they'll pitch it out here. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit. Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. Allen to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Texans offense, and their running back set to go once more. And with half the season gone by, time to take a look at some of the candidates at this early date to bring home the award for the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Here's a 2nd and 12. Throwing is Stroud. He's got Dell for that one.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Texans first down. Stroud going to set up to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. On first down, it's Stroud. That is caught side of the end zone. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Throwing now, Allen here on first down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports halftime report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Jared Goff leading the way in the victory as his guys continue to roll. They're 8-1 on the year. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Bo Nix leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Derek Carr strong in the win as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's given defenses across the league a lot to think about when they try to game plan for him. Consider he's currently second in the NFL in quarterback rushing yards. Now Allen on first down. A short throw caught by Kincaid.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That one a bit high, but it's complete. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Buffalo. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. you can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Bills first down. In motion, Shakir. Again, it's Allen to the air. This is caught at the 2. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back
Personal
in the
foul,
backfield.
roughing the
Is it
passer,
a hold,
defense.
or did they rough the quarterback?
Automatic first down.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up first and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Back to the air one more time. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Extra point try by Bass. The kick is good. And the Bills are back to within 7. It's 28-21. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That one underneath here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud digs on the reception. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Mixon. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll go play action with Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. So we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. From the gun, here's Stroud.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They look to run with Mixon. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. And 16 on the year. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Bills' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a first and 10. Cooper going in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Cooper going in motion. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Amari. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They'll look to throw again. He runs with it. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. First and 10. The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and it'll be 3rd down. In motion, Shakir. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Bills' first down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down. That's to Kincaid once again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. The second down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2nd down, goal to go. He'll drop this underneath to Cook.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of...
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is brought in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans tack on one more to their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. Oh, yeah. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, faking the give, looking downfield for Coleman. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.